All right, I recently posted a 21:15:9 metcon with power cleans and pull-ups. And I want to show you guys what we're building towards, what we're trying to get out of 21:15:9. So the kind of stimulus that we want and the errors that you can make while executing one of these in your training sessions. Okay. The 21:59 is a short sprint and it should be done relatively unbroken. Okay, that means if you got 21 cleans, you're not putting the bar down, you're doing tap and goes like you'll see in this video. Uh, and that's also a tie into um, other movements like battle ropes. It's one of the things that's superior to battle ropes is barbell cycling. So people are like, well, what should we what substitutes? What's better than battle ropes or dopa bands or agility ladders? Stuff you won't see in my programming is because we got to spend our time mastering things like this that have a huge ROI for wrestlers. Okay, we are trying to build the exact engine as CrossFitters. CrossFitters have to have everything, so do wrestlers. You have to have strength, you have the ability to last forever, and you have to be able to move through multiple planes and do all the important movements, uh, all the important functions with your legs and arms. And that's what this sport of strength and conditioning does. It tests you on those things. How good are you at those things? So that's another tie into our benchmarks. Okay. The professional CrossFitters gave us insanely valuable benchmarks that we need to use. We don't need to use professional powerlifting benchmarks because they're on roids and they use suits, and they just specialize. They don't need an engine, so they put all their time into their squat and they get it up to 1,000 pounds. Wrestlers don't need 1,000 pound squat, neither do CrossFitters. So we have to have targets. I need to know if you gassed out in the third period, what are your numbers? Well, what is the Fran? Fran's 21:15:9. I have it here. We'll go over that. If you can't get that under 3 minutes and you're gassing out in the third period, well, let's give that a run. Let's focus on that in the next training cycle. Let's get your conditioners down under these numbers that we need to have them at that they tell us that you're elite. Okay, so this is one of the things you should strive for is be able to do these 21:15:9s like these athletes here that have the same exact goals as you do. They want to be freaky strong, but they also want to have a huge engine. They want to be able to last forever. They want to be able to do both at the same time. That's what wrestlers and CrossFitters need. So if some people want to hate on the CrossFitters, just throw that away. Don't even pay attention to that kind of rhetoric at the moment. We just take the best from everybody. If it's good for us, we're going to take it. We don't care what people's opinions are on it. All right. So we take from power lifters, we take from Olympic lifters, we take from the strongman, track, okay, gymnastics, and then we take from the sport of strength and conditioning, CrossFit, and we create the best wrestler that we can. So, get the most out of these conditioners, the 21:15:9s like I just programmed. You want to do tap and go motions like this. Notice how they're touching the ground and going back up, but they're maintaining form. They have good posture. They're hitting all the checkpoints. They're not just flopping around. Okay, now watch how they cycle the barbell. Okay, which I said arguing that this is way more productive than battle ropes. One, you can measure it. Battle ropes you can't measure. Okay, and the movement, the patterns, the kinetic chain we're creating is what we need for wrestlers. Triple extension, core strength, moving a load violently and fast. Okay. Watch how they're tapping this. They're cycling the bar. And this is 155 pounds that they're using. Okay, on our metcon, it was 135 for men, 95 for the ladies. Now they're moving on to cycling snatches, which is tremendous. You got a wrestler that can cycle 155 pound snatch. You have a scary wrestler. The posterior chain strength, the leg strength, even the grip strength. The grip is going to cost you on that. Now they're moving on to the pull-up bar. Watch how they cycle these. They get a rhythm. On our conditioners, we can use the hips like they're doing. That's fine. We're going to do a bunch. You're still going to smoke the biceps and lats. Just talking to you bodybuilders, worried about that type of thing. But what we're worried about as a wrestler on these pull-ups is full body power. Can you transmit power from your hips to your limbs? Because that's how I want you to do a snap down too. I want you to use your core and your hips and get like a little wave going with your snap down, and it'll be nastier. And that's just how power works, from core to extremity, from boxers to baseball players to tennis to wrestling. Learn how to use your core, then your limbs, right? More tapping goes here. So 2159s are meant to be done like this. If you have gone so heavy that you got to drop the bar all the time, you can't do any cycling, then you've gone too heavy. All right. Some workouts we will go heavy on purpose and you'll need to drop the bar. But if they're short and fast, like 2159, and I'll put that in the coach's notes, then they're meant to be cycled. All right. So, and you'll see it in the desired score. Like elite for that 2159 was 3 minutes and 30 seconds. That should give you a clue. You're like, okay, if I want to get elite, then I can't stop. I got to keep moving. I got to cycle. Watch how he cycles these pull-ups again. And he's hurting bad here, guys. He is gassed out of his mind. He's still going to cycle this because he's got a score. He's got a time that he's after. All right. And at this point, it feels like third period. That's the stimulus we want. That's what we're after. Third period pain in our conditioners. All right. It should be panic inducing. The first minute or two always lies to you and says it's going to be okay. I'm not going to die too bad. But by the time you get to 3 minutes, it should be just sheer panic, and that's good. We want that mental training. Learn how to live in that world, not freak out. Just keep grinding, keep pushing. That's what these guys are kings at, especially this guy in the middle, in the lead. All right. Still cycling. See how he does the pull-ups all the way to the end. This is longer than the 3 minute 31 that I posted. That one should also not take longer than 7. So if it took you longer than 7, like 10 minutes, then you changed the stimulus. You turned it into a heavy strength conditioner. And if you went too slow and caught your air where the breathing was not an issue, then you turned it into a strength workout. It's no longer a conditioner. Okay, because almost all of my conditioners, I can't think of an exception, all of my conditioners should shred your lungs. Your lungs should be hurting. Some worse than others, but all of them should push the lungs pretty hard, push the heart, ramp the heart rate up. Okay, now this is me going back. Just want you to see how I cycled this. This is a 2159. It's thrusters and pull-ups. Okay, but it's the same concept. No matter what we plug into a 2159, it's supposed to be done fast and relatively unbroken. You can drop the bar here and there, but you need to be doing it in chunks, cycling it in chunks. Okay, so this is a set of 21 in a row. Notice how I'm not dropping the bar. 95 pounds, so it's light for me. It's heavy enough to hurt bad, but it's still a lightweight. I could do heavier thrusters. I've done 225-pound thrusters. Okay, so this is not a place to show off strength. This is a place to show off your engine. And I'm just going to show you the set of 21 pull-ups. I'm going to start out a little low, get that chin up there. There we go. Ignore the ones that were questionable. So it's going to be 21 in a row. Just take note of the cycling. You were wondering, does he really want us to do 21 in a row? That's a yes, and this is how you do it. There's an asterisk to that. I am using the body. I am using the hips. That's okay because it's a conditioner. If you do full body movements in a conditioner, you're doing two things I want you to do. I want you to learn how to transmit power from core to extremity, like I was talking about. It's crucial for wrestlers, tennis players, baseball players, doesn't matter. And also, I want you to stay moving. Okay, because we got to ramp up that heart rate. We got to get you breathing heavy. And if you're doing strict pull-ups, you're going to have to stop. Unless you're a complete freak on strict pull-ups, you're going to have to stop and take breaks and shake out your hands. Wait for your strength, come back and do another set. It's going to go too slow. Okay, I want this done under 3 minutes is the lifetime adult goal. Okay, if you do it as a kid, that's great. But that's what we're chasing down as far as the Fran goes. The one with the clean was, and it was a little heavier with the clean. Would have been 135 for me. Okay, cycling. No stopping. Back on the bar, hitting those 15 pull-ups without coming off the bar. Right. Doing pull-ups like this is very beneficial. They're snappy, they're powerful, they crush your lungs and your heart. Right. And we do, as you've seen, if you've done our programming enough, we do heavy pulls, heavy dumbbell rows, heavy barbell rows, strict pull-ups, weighted pull-ups. Okay. Lots of things that will improve your squeeze, okay, and your snap, right? With your upper body, we're concerned about two things: your push and your pull. If you master the push and the pull horizontally, like your bench press, push up, vertically, like your strict press and push press, and reverse for pulls, your dumbbell row and your pull up. Dumbbell row is a horizontal pull. The pull up is a vertical pull. You master those two angles, horizontal, vertical, on your pushing and pulling, then everything you need your upper body to do will be enhanced. Okay, anything you need your upper body to do in wrestling will be enhanced if you just master those two angles on your pressing and pulling full range of motion. Remember that. Okay, so here is, let's see, this is a throwback to us in the garage. I'll show you this real quick. It's cute. It's hilarious. A 4-year-old. 8-year-old's next to him. See how I'm cycling the chest to bar pull-ups here? Non-stop, big set. Even on the chest to bar, we still cycle them. That technique that you see me doing here, these guys doing is butterfly pull-ups. So I want to look that up and try that out. There's kipping and then there's butterfly. Butterfly is just a variation of the kip. All right, so we're going over here. Show you if it's light enough, you can turn your power cleans into muscle cleans. Essentially, what I do here, I don't get too low when I receive the bar. Stay up high. It's light enough. All right, getting low when you don't need to will cost you energy. So that's something that is allowed according to our standard. You don't have to do a power clean if you don't need to. You can get a faster time muscle cleaning it, but you're still using great technique. Still using all the first pull, second pull, Christian. Live that ball. All right. Don't throw technique out the window and just reverse bicep curl it. You're still cleaning it. Okay. That's how we're cycling. Okay. So that's it. Learn how to cycle, learn how to go unbroken on the short metcons. On the long ones, if it's a 20-minute grinder, of course you'll probably drop the bar on every rep. You'll clean it, drop to the floor. Clean it, drop it to the floor. Pace yourself. Okay. Still going as fast as you can, holding a pace that you can hold the whole way. You're gonna hold the fastest pace that you can, like you're in a 3-mile race. But you're not gonna sprint out the gate like you would on a 40-meter dash. You're doing a 3-mile race. So on the long metcons, no cycling. On the short metcons, we're trying to go unbroken for all of it.